spider bite. I spilled some Cheerios doing a cleanup. Got a spider bite. I tell you, it's a blessing. I was looking at Bethel Church in New York City. They had a spectacular worship going on. Looking for a live church service right now. Yeah. It's hard to find a live church service. I don't know why. Several times I go to the YouTube channel looking for a service that's supposed to start at a particular time, and it just ain't there. Yeah. And then by hook or crook, I find it later on. And I don't know what it is that YouTube does. I was looking to get the worship, let's share the worship. It's on right now. It won't show up. YouTube won't like it. YouTube won't like that. was trying to put something on YouTube. But that was remarkable. The account of the this is something. And Ahaziah, king, fell down through a lattice in his upper chamber that was in Samaria, it's Judea and Samaria, and was sick. And he sent messages and saith unto them, Go inquire of Beelzebub, the god of Ekron, whether I shall recover of this disease. But the angel of the Lord said to Elijah the Tishbite, Arise and go up to meet the messengers of the king of Samaria, and say unto them, Is it not because there's not a God in Israel, that you go to inquire of Beelzebub, the god of Ekron? Now therefore, thus saith the Lord, Thou shalt not come down from that bed on which thou art gone up, but thou shalt surely die. And Elijah departed. When the messengers turned back unto him, he said to them, Why are ye now turned back? And they said unto him, There came a man to meet us, and said unto us, Go, turn again unto the king that sent you, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Is it not because there is not a God in Israel that thou sendest to inquire of Beelzebub, the god of Ekron? Therefore thou shalt not come down from that bed on which thou art gone up, but shalt surely die. And he said unto them, What manner of man was he came to meet you and told you these words? And they answered and said, He was a hairy man, and girt with girdle of leather about his loins. And he said, It is Elijah the Tishbite. Then the king sent unto him a captive of 50 with his 50. And he went up to him, and behold, he sat on the top of the hill, and he spake unto him, Thou man of God, the king hath said, Come down. And Elijah answered and said to the captain of the 50, If I be a man of God, then let fire come down from heaven and consume thee and thy 50. And there came down fire from heaven and consumed him and his 50. And he also sent to him another captain of 50 with his 50. And he answered and said unto him, O man of God, thus hath the king said, Come down quickly. And Elijah answered and said unto them, If I be a man of God, let fire come down from heaven and consume thee and thy 50. And the fire of God came down from heaven and consumed him and his 50. Then he sent again a captive of a third 50 with his 50. And the third captain of 50 went up and came down and fell on his knees before Elijah, and besought him, and saith unto him, O man of God, I pray, let my life and the life of these 50 servants be precious in thy sight. Behold, a fire came down from heaven and burned up the two captains of the former 50s with their 50s. Therefore, let my life be precious in thy sight. And the angel of the Lord said unto Elijah, Go and with him, be not afraid of him. He arose and went with him unto the king. And he said to him, Thus saith the Lord, for as much as thou hast sent messengers to inquire of Beelzebub, the god of Ekron, is it not because there is no God in Israel to inquire of his word? Therefore thou shalt not come down on the bed which thou art gone up, but shalt surely die. So he died according to the word of which Elijah had spoken. And Jehoram reigned in his stead in the 2nd year of Jehoram, the son of Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, because he had no son. And now the rest of the acts of Isaiah which he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel? And there was another one. And Elisha died. This is Elijah's prodigy, replacement. He received a double portion. And Elisha died and was buried. Now the Moabite raiders used to come into the land every spring. Once, as the Israelites were burying a man, suddenly they saw a band of raiders, so they threw the man's body into Elisha's tomb. And as soon as his body touched the bones of Elisha, the man was revived and stood up on his feet. And Hazael, king of Aram, oppressed Israel throughout the reign of Jehoahaz. So Elisha was the prophet that replaced Elisha. He received a double portion of Elisha's mantle. And he did twice as many miracles as Elijah. But this was the old covenant. I'm interested in finding out about miracles in the new covenant. I want to see some people get healed. I want to see some new arms, new legs, new livers, new kidneys. Blind eyes open, deaf ears open. Disfigurement gone. Another 70s rocker gone. Bobby Whitlock. But I'm interested in modern day miracles and what we can do. You know, the church is preach, 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 preach. Everybody goes to church on Sunday and listens to preaching. People are looking, searching, trying to find authentic Christianity. And where can they find it? You know, the Great Commission was go preach the gospel into all nations. to all creation. And he said to them, go into the world and proclaim the gospel to the whole creation. I wonder if that meant animals too. I've seen a lot of animals involved in the salvation of God's children. Tremendous amount. Animals are much more intelligent than scientists would give them credit for. They're not dumb animals. They're very involved in the spirit realm. I'll just tell you what I saw, and this is the God's truth, so help me God. I saw a line of men and one of them was a gorilla, and he had a bottle of beer, and he turned it up like that. It was a dark brown bottle, which I would assume is a bottle of beer. And he turned it up like that and looked at me kind of menacingly. He kind of zoomed in on him. And so I don't know what's going on, you know. I'm just telling you what I saw. It wasn't it was a vision, just like visions in the Bible. Wide awake vision. What does it mean? I saw a man in a tunic. He had long hair and a beard that looked like the Lord. He was turning up a beer bottle. Very fit, very, slim, built, attractive, in a tunic. And the information I got from the vision, like one man said, if you don't get understanding, it's worthless. But I got the understanding. What came into my mind was that's the Lord drinking a beer. It wasn't a hallucination. Go in, he said unto them, go into the world and preach the gospel to all creation. He didn't say all people, he said all creation. Berean says every creature. Building, creation, creature, ordinance. Looking at the Strong's definition. I tell you, we got to change it, church. Then Jesus came to them and said, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey all that I have commanded you. And surely I am with you even to the end of the age." That's in Matthew 28:19. What did disciples do? Well, I'm talking about this is the new covenant. And calling his 12 disciples to him, Jesus gave them authority over unclean spirits so that they could drive them out and heal every disease and sickness. Make disciples. This is what disciples do. We're singing a few hymns, listening to preaching, and listening to, that's my telephone. I reckon I better go and take this. So go and preach the gospel and do what disciples are supposed to do. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse the lepers, cast out demons. Gives you power over every disease and every sickness. He didn't leave any out. Didn't leave cancer out. Didn't leave Alzheimer's out. God bless.